And the first one relates to the Newbeedrone B-Brain BL4, their new
Yes,
binding
sir.
fly. Why is that a public service announcement? Why is it even newsworthy?
Well, we just wanted to let you know before we've done this with other brands, we want to give you a heads up that if you are looking at buying the new Newbeedrone AIO board, the BLV4 specifically, which is a UART based receiver, which is normally good. However, unfortunately, they have done a UART diversity receiver, and they have not worked with the ExpressLRS developers to make this happen. So as we've seen with other cases where this has happened, they essentially release a half-working product where you can bind in some cases, and there's some specific setups and things you can do to bind. They give a binding process on their site, but they also link a video from Ciati where he went and had kind of a mess trying to get it to bind the first time on live stream and stuff. So unfortunately, this is kind of a good example of why you need to work with the developers to make sure this stuff is taken care of.
It's not good when the tutorial video on your product page for saying, thanks, bro, for showing how to do this, the subject line, the title is Binding Fiasco Part 1. It's like, it's not good.
Yeah.
I am happy to say that I also, he's stealing my thunder for Ciati. I also, today, just bound mine and recorded the process for a tutorial. It went smoothly since I knew all the problems. See, normally you would flash a ExpressLRS receiver with your binding phrase, but you can't flash it because Newbeedrone just went off and they were like, cool, we're going to make this receiver. And they did. And they didn't contact the ExpressLRS team and work with them and notify them. So you can't flash it from the ExpressLRS configurator. In fact, you can't flash it at all. You can download firmware from them. I guess you could flash that. I was able to bind it using the 3 plug-unplug method, but only after flashing my module back to ExpressLRS 2.5, because it doesn't ship. And how did you ship an ExpressLRS receiver in January 2023 without ExpressLRS 3.0 on it? Geez, when did that even come out, Blunty? A long time ago.
Yeah. I'm not sure how this happened, but
okay.
Darren Huang from Newbeedrone posted on here and said there was some kind of miscommunication, and then responded to Jai, said they'll work with it. That was 6 days ago. But it's one of those things where I don't know how he wasn't aware that there's a new board that uses ExpressLRS. I don't know. It seems a little strange as a response, but
well, I will say, I mean, I have been there in the past where I've got my head down working on something, and I get into a situation where I create a problem, and then people say, why don't you just ask? Like, we've got a whole method of getting help with this problem that if you had actually gotten your head out of your own ass, you would have been aware of. And so, I mean, I could imagine that something like that happened. Newbeedrone's response to me, I feel like they were like, oh shit, yeah, we'll get right on that, which I guess is the best you can do. The least, well, really more like the least you can expect. But it sounds like they are working with the ExpressLRS devs now. Hopefully we will see a target for this receiver in the configurator soon. It is cool that they made the first diversity ExpressLRS receiver on an AIO board. It just means that if you have that, what you can do is, number one, if you have ExpressLRS 2.x on your module, you can just bind it using the plug-unplug method. Or you can actually flash. Where's the download button links? Hang on. There they are. So they've got a link to the firmware here, and I used. Let's see if this still happens. Yeah, it's 404s. You freaking you're doing great, Newbeedrone. So you can go to the GitHub page. Oh, it's because I'm not logged in.
We linked.
Sorry, go.
We linked also the Facebook post for this that Brandon posted on Facebook, where he says that you can also just flash the Maytech 2400 R244D target, and that works fine.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because this is a UART. This is SPI, or not SPI rather. It's UART. So you just flash it like an RX. You know what I mean?
I saw that post and I forgot about it while I was making the video today about what you should do if you run into this problem. So that kind of probably I should go back and put that in.
Yeah, hopefully, like you said, they'll have an official target, but right now it looks like the Maytech R24D target works. You just have to force that flash. So
Alrighty. So the PSA here is, number one, if you have this flight controller, there is a workaround, various methods. Probably what I would do is just flash the Maytech target like you said, and just forget the Newbeedrone even existed. Not permanently, but the other PSA is, if you are a company who is making ExpressLRS hardware, there is absolutely no excuse to not involve the ExpressLRS devs in your process, so that on the day you release the hardware, you're in the configurator and your users, your customers can flash the damn hardware. Okay.